buddy. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Really. Testing. Really. Sorry. Testing. Really. I please. So hello everybody. We are back from Honkai Star Rail. Our messages. Astral Express. Recipient. So got a package. Got Link's talking to us. Hot pot. Excuse me. Wish they could do a hot pot. Also cream biscuit crumbs and canned herring. Take a pick. Oh boy. Messages. So I'm venturing. Alcaron. A damn hung. Let's see if we can level up Dan. Go grab that. Grab the VTuber. Cereal. Void. Gassy. ASCII. Meshing cogs. Multiplication. Fruit. Okay, so we got a what does this make you?
We mustn't cling to the past.
Oh, it's E6, just like. Okay, so we finished off his Eidolian. So it's like his counterpart here. So this is for you. We could do one pull in this. Excuse me. A multiplication, arrows, multiplication, amber, horse, good night and sleep well, cornucopia. Give me more. Do we get one of these characters? In Shadow. Cassidy. In Shadow. Cornucopia. Pioneering. Cornucopia. Amber. Gallagher. Got Gallagher. We'll have, hopefully have him or not. Got our characters. We have them already. Recommend Lycone. What Lycone can we give him? Oh, there we go. Here are achievements. A lot of achievements here, claim. Over here. Okay, so some missions here to do. Okay, let's see if we get this over with first.
Go and meet Aventurine, or I could still choose not to help.
Okay, let's not help. Never mind, we have to. Hello, Venturine.
Excellent. I knew you would come. By the way, about that memo keeper... Never mind. I won't press the issue further. I've said before you can liaise with your companions, or even twist the narrative against me. I'll wholeheartedly embrace it. It signifies your potential. I don't do deals where I'm on the losing end. So, my friends, don't let me down. Please, this way if you will.
So, go.
Oh, right. I remember mentioning something after that. What was it again? A familiar hallway, a familiar room. Do you remember?
Let's
Last
open the
visit,
door and see what we got.
just beyond this door. Take a deep...
Let's enter the room.
I remember. My friend. After that, we played an enjoyable game. Tell me, doesn't this feel eerily familiar? I remember everything now. This was what I told you at that time. Look, friend. The game has already begun. Allow me to make you an offer. One you can't refuse.
Oh, mother of God.
No reason
just
to
happened?
choose otherwise. And no other choices.
She's hopefully... Never mind. Just tell you she's dreaming. No, she was asleep. Excuse me. It's Sunday.
Brother, I'm back.
That's her right there.
Welcome back.
So,
How is your preparation for the performance coming?
It's fine. Don't worry.
It's fine? This is not good. You're the pride of the family. Don't let those unnecessary emotions affect your perfect pitch.
let's all play this.
No.
Excuse me.
Brother, you seem to be in low spirit. What's happened? Is it because of the Watchmaker's guest list?
Yes, I received the report that death had taken some of them. Perhaps someone was behind it. I'm sorry, I forgot you just came back. You probably wouldn't know about it. Somehow, a nightmare
so.
called death has descended upon Penacony, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally. In the utopian dreamscape envisioned by the family, such sorrowful incidents shouldn't
Excuse me.
arise.
Sorry.
It profoundly undermines the equilibrium and serenity of the dreamscape. How detestable.
I can't believe this has happened. Was someone killed again?
Maybe.
Yes, there were two. One was a stowaway, the other was you.
Say what?
That's enough, fool. Your deeds have saddened me.
Pretty sharp, aren't you, chicken-winged boy?
It's her again.
The Odes of Harmony talks about honesty. The words of a fool begins with foolishness and end in treacherous arrogance. Please leave. Their dreamscape doesn't welcome you.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Why so serious with all the quotations and references? I'm just curious. Now things have come to this. Is the family still unwilling to fight? I mean, your darling sister's already a goner, right? Really? Don't tell me you're not craving a little vengeance.
It's not yet time. When the fated day arrives, I shall mete out justice with unyielding righteousness.
Wow, you can endure that much? Truly a heart of ice you've got there. Hey, maybe we could actually get along. How about this? I'll stand in for your dear sister at events.
Yeah, why are you
don't
giggling?
want the world to hear the Charmony Festival's been called off.
The family has a plan. And do not dishonor my dear sister with your deceitful tongue again, fool.
All right. Just putting it out there. If you're ever in a pinch, remember, I've got your back. I mean, who could resist a guy rocking spikes on his wings?
There's no need. The malefactor has been exposed under their radiant gaze, and will soon fall by their own machinations. Should the transgressor fail to turn away from this path, their sword will be honed, their
Excuse me.
bow strung, causing the malevolence the perpetrator spreads to befall them. And when that time comes, the heathen will realize they are but a mere mortal, doomed to descend into the netherworld. And I will join their vanguard to announce this good news to you personally. Watchmaker.
What? Save down. Can we finish this round? And we got a light cone. Daughter, Dr. Ed, what do you want? Who donated it? Black Swan. What's Black Swans? Mission. Mission. Some more mission. So. Dr. Edwin.
Ah, friend. My
Excuse me.
expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
How is this possible?
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Excuse me.
Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
That's the case. You just can't trust anybody.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time. And I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper
Oh, Black
conspiracy
Swan.
lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told
Okay.
you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our call. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
What kind? Be right back. He's back. Hey, I'm back. So, okay, what kind of help?
I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our
Can't
chance.
speak.
So long as we can get to the truth
This
behind her
hangout
death,
quest
we can
or
have
this
justice
hers?
for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Decision like this is way above my pay grade.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't so long, friend. I really am looking forward.
Hey, so what is...
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
True.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
So what are we doing? A mission we're doing. We're doing this. Doing this one later. Maybe this one. A bunch of stuff to do. These are new what's friend requests. Got it. So, out to Black Swan. Hello,
On
Black
the
Swan.
surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
And toss a die, let decide for me. Yeah, I'm choosing
Leave it
that
up
one.
to fate. It's just how that gambler thinks. Anyway, be careful out there. As for the other questions,
He did. Death. Kill
I'm
Robin.
not sure the
Death
two
in
cases were
quotes.
committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the...
Thing disconnected to Alcaron.
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer, but without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance.
True. You notice anything else unusual?
Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity.
Don't have any
It's
other
all happened
questions.
so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companion.
So,
Come this way. It's a
we
short
will
walk.
leave this hotel.
Don't get lost.
This book. That's Sam.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on, just...
What's
There
this
you go.
card?
A small parting gift. If one day I also pay great attention to the ways of the world, just think of this as an apology.
Thank you.
Then I've something. What fascinating memories will you...
Guess we're back in real life. Done. Go clocky statue.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay? So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
So we're back in the memory zone.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Days ago.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path. We come from the fire, and are born be. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon. From the beginning to the end.
Your companions don't seem to think so.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet. But my flames are.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled. Emanator. You cannot hide. Destruction is in.
Even if the answer.
What is important is not the answer. Just as even sweet dreams may be born.
All right.
You shall witness.
A bottomless dream. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of
Sorry.
pity or scorn. The personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but I'll reveal the truth. The hunt. May death be the guiding you back to the wake. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... what? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light, and to burn, to keep on burning, until I turn to ash. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us?
Indeed we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Really is up to no good.
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to...
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Have returned. So have to choose it. Cool, you can bully me whenever.
No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use it instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Justin. We'll collaborate. That's a lot of money. $100,000 credits.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
with Himiko.
Avengerine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Going for a
An
hotel.
attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests.
Going for
He's
a family.
definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly.
For us.
I was also considering this possibility, especially because he respects you so much and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is I'm just speculating. In any case, he's clearly a born...
This will strengthen our position.
Well,
Checked off the list. Now, where should I go next?
that's a well.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking. It was a groundless accusation, which...
Why though?
Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more... However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages.
Just stayed back there.
It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Very mysterious.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger.
Well, we just cannot
T.
remember.
They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder.
We got Tata March. The thing is up here.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? Whenever I see the
family's behind all this.
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us we're all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. But...
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now.
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation?
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things
worth focusing on.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to...
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything.
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
That was a little
I've
too
run around many
much.
different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? Because the conversation coming up.
We're back in the real world.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the... She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the...
Really?
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people. other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well...
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
What is this?
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then...
they sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your right.
She won't be necessary. I alone am
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along... it's like it's been erased.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... no. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
A
few days
screen.
ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went,
oh boy,
I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swallow sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! Mommy!
Oh boy.
Mommy! The rain! It's raining!
Raining?
It is raining! It's true! Those outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops. You came. Do you hear that? Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain.
Sorry.
Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name. A gift from them to Avgen. My boy. May the goddess Gaiathra close her eyes 3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes forever concealed. Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed.
Hello,
Nobody
Ratio.
outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family?
let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself, until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
That's sarcasm.
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the Hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Well, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
A fortress? Oh, I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
Excuse me.
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
So. Venturing's point of view. Green. See what he does. Oh, Hendrik.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect.
Kid.
My name is Ratio. He should have mentioned it to you.
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the Mobile Knights. Enough. Get going. Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
It seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is out there.
Ought to, family.
A dead end?
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
Oh boy.
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden in these Nightingale statues. The direction of the statues can be controlled.
There's another puzzle.
On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same.
Damn. Go in the side room. You right. There's a stairwell. Behind here. Oh, the guard.
Feeling lucky.
Go up the wall. See what venturing does. Hey, what?
You can't run!
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking.
Looks like I've got a winning hand.
He's defending.
Don't ask, just stand.
I sense a
Puts his
sword.
shield on everybody.
You have the worst luck running
Weakened
into me.
dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon. I wish not to use this strength. Heaven surge. Celestial dragon.
Go around.
Try that again.
There's 2 valves.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Looks like I've got a winning hand. Can't lose
That's what a
this.
single target does. Not bad.
My turn. Watch this.
The train's not bad.
Step aside. I have no. The times have changed beyond recognition.
Go. There.
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are. What's wrong?
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I wasting time with you on this?
One's face right, facing the left.
Feeling lucky.
Which view is it though? The door. Go. Look at the right way. Facing. Oh. Face. Turn 2, face. Your rear door. There we
Just
go.
as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being sarcastic.
Of course.
Can't you tell?
Of course. Be right back. Okay, I have returned, so let's figure this out. Just trying to put my headset on. Oh, back. Okay, let's go through the door. We're here.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death.
Head down. It's just battle. Bitter
Hidden moon. World cleansing dragon. Times have changed beyond recognition. Heaven's surge. Celestial dragon. Quick! The time is now.
Beat that one out. And finish off this one.
Feeling lucky.
Door.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
No, but this door is locked.
My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him. If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall or this place will be our prison.
Oh, and
get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back. The hint is...
Wow.
I mean, yeah,
That's
the
an
escape.
enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings.
Investigate.
Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Bears. Hunt's burst.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This search.
Guys who shapeshift.
But a vision.
No dirty tricks on me.
And Dreams burst, see what it is.
Dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Hunter's burst.
Sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Looks like I've got a winning hand.
That's one of them.
Heaven's search. Celestial dragon.
Told ya I could fight. Try that again.
It's too late to repent.
Go. Here.
Found it. This is it.
Puzzle. There's. And. Up there. So. This up the wall. Behind here. I know, a scared puzzle. Oh, shards right. Up.
Huh. And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this tiny. You know, this reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could shrink people who passed through it.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's wise to remain silent when you should.
Here.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks. I've never played with them before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips. Oh, look. The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So...
Guess we... Oh boy.
Oh, good heavens. Did I shrink?
Gigantic
Am I still
ratio.
in a dream?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're huge. It's me! Down here! In the sand pit. Oh, actually, I think we could make this work. Oh, fine. I was just kidding. Let's find a way to open the door.
So... down. Get the, Guessing it's over here. Three puzzle pieces.
Hello!
Something.
Welcome to the Golden Hour base model. I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide...
You know, the guide tour.
Tell me about the tour.
Hello! I am an Oak Soldier.
Okay, so it's malfunctioning. Give it a kick.
Model.
Malfunction. Kick it.
And please look, model.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. You've got to be my witness.
I saw nothing.
A machine. But in here.
Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism on the floor. Could there be one at the top? Doctor! So...
Gigantic
I was
ratio.
right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one
It's
lives
one
in
of
them.
pieces.
Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison,
Evil.
right where he can see it first thing in the morning.
You see
Insecure
ratio over
much?
there. Over here. Behind the wall. Guess we have to go behind the building. Get right. Gonna be a piece. Gigantic ratio right there. There. Back here. Interested. Click the thing. With this battle. You don't hung easier first.
Delve hidden moon. Moon cleansing dragon. Times have changed beyond recognition. Heaven's surge. Celestial dragon.
Village shifts. Ape shifts. The second battle, so there's two battles. A Dunhung's first.
The truth of life and death, revealed in this sanctuary, is but a vision.
Going all in. Tabs on me.
See his defense.
Not to use the strength.
Excuse me. Ow. Wait a minute. That didn't even hurt. Didn't hurt.
It's too late to repent.
That's one of them down.
I sense a storm.
You have the worst luck running into.
It's too late to repent.
There we go. Like the puzzle piece.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there.
Let me go pinball machine. Let's get the reward. There he is. Dr. Ratio right there. Like Ratio Villa. Go pinball machine here.
Oh, great. Doc! I'll need your brain power again.
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. The pinball machine must be hidden somewhere in the hall. Like the arch. Wait here, and I'll be back. Finally, a
Playing his
moment
Ratio.
of peace.
For the theater of mediocre.
Lois. animated. Okay, so these things shapeshift into whatever enemy, whatever Bellabog enemies now.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This search
Ratio.
is but a vision.
Use your burst on.
Scales. Delve hidden
And
world cleansing dragon. The time to change
clear it
beyond
out.
recognition. Heaven's search. Celestial dragon.
I'm asking the questions.
what his
Think.
Try that again. My turn.
target does.
The time to change
Oh boy.
beyond recognition. Heaven's search. Cloud dragon. Rise.
There's two bells here. I'll target them.
Clemency? Never heard of it. The time is now. I sense a storm.
We got Don Hung's first.
Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
This thing will target this guy, freeze him.
Time to change beyond recognition. Heaven's search. Celestial dragon.
Rebels.
Answers. Never stop thinking.
Okay, so we got ratios first. Let's see what this does.
Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. Zero points. Next.
I wish not to use this strength.
Fail. Get out.
Ratio must have a. We're starting to take damage.
Check out this awesome move.
We froze them all, except for that one.
Defense. Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
So. He was decent.
The time is now.
You have the worst luck running into me. Watch this.
The time to change beyond recognition.
Clear this. That enemy's down.
Awaken dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
And there we go. Finally the battle's over. Let's get the item.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
We're fully healed. Let's go back here.
Oh, you're back. Just play.
Wow.
Thanks, Doc.
Back. Back there. Go. On. More. Okay, up there. That's a work. Bingo. Now for the gate.
Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without a moment's hesitation.
All done. Piece of cake.
Down. Wasn't this? Goes in the wall. No energy, so that's the way we came. Back to this one. Let's put the pieces in the puzzle. It.
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
Let's look at ratio. So
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just beyond this door. From my limited understanding, he's not someone easily handled. Are you prepared?
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing with people. Benefit or fear.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye, and that's fear. And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position, but I can. And that's benefit.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable?
You're right back.
Necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction, the IPC.
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family.
Do you mean the Galaxy Ranger whom you accused previously?
That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our plans. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. And it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private meeting with us? This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end,
Yeah, I'm back.
I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero, well, you can't win if you don't play. Right.
Ah, the charming audacity. To think that you, of all people, might emerge victorious, dear gambler.
3 chips are enough. All
Go face, see what happens.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC Ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes. The doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be. Witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have...
You don't look too well. Am I making... If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious act.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return.
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody. The bag of gift money.
The box in which the cornerstone is...
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Excuse me.
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. I'm not the kind that takes risks.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please seal his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Nay.
And if I refuse?
You can try. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to... Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it...
Do you love your family more than yourself? Yes.
This is a lie detector quiz.
All the Abjans were killed in a massacre. No. Are you your clan's sole survivor?
The volume's still working.
Do you hate and wish to...
Oh boy.
I don't... Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe? Of course. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. Please.
Uh-oh.
Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that...
Cut to the chase.
I need Mr. Evan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Evan...
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more...
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them. Unfortunately, your guess.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine. And so, do you wish to...
Not at the moment. I'm more in...
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels. disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. As for the villain, it was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time.
You might as...
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehood.
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon...
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your resilient spirit throughout these 17 system hours. You will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have to... Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail,
excuse me,
you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like...
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice when the time comes. Compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to...
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is...
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worth. Off you go, Mr. Aventurine.
This meeting isn't an interrogation. Oh, it's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. By the way, before you go, I have a personal...
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? I got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. I can't live without you, little brother.
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but
One?
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die? They suspected me of cheating.
Of course you... But that's no reason to push your luck.
I'm sorry, sister.
It is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gayathra Triclops. You're a child blessed by Gaia. Listen to me.
Okay. But sister, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the... And where was Gayathra Triclops? Sister, everyone prays it, then how bad were our sins?
Back. Her point of view.
Excuse, I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment...
Possible
I
access is
apologize. The hotel does not have access. This
looks like nothing can.
At least we know who to look for. Thank you for your assistance.
Fine? What?
Sure enough, no one knows, but that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she's also in the running for the legacy.
Is there any
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the
Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunt?
Who are you? The Bravo team. What do you know? Help me!
Hey, check it out.
To all guests, the IPC will be.
I'll request I'll organize a meeting later to
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd run into you on Penacony.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Aventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. It's fine. Do as they ask, and as you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed only Aventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not?
Thank you, Miss Topaz.
Yep. They're tailing us right.
okay, so I think I'll call it stream here. Thank you guys.